Okay, ready? Okay. Family reunion at swimming pool in Mount Horeb, 1999.
Virg is wearing sunglasses. She's the movie star. Damn it, that's my finger.
No. Look over there, Grandma.
You're on candid camera. Did you watch Keeping Up with the Kids?
I'm sorry.
Show Aunt Ida your shirt. Turn around and show her your shirt.
Your shirt.
Yeah, it's called a shirt.
Zoom in and out. You'll see there.
Do you want when they're like,
Which one of them other ones? Then we'll read.
gee, that looks nice on you, Heidi. That's pretty.
Child is on the win on leagues, and we're enjoying life.
Joyce Erickson. We live in Watertown, my husband and I. Husband of 47 years. We have 3 children, all married, 2 boys and a girl. I worked for 20 years at Cole's food store in the bakery manager, just retired in December. My husband retired from education some in 79, and he went on to do various things. His last job was a car salesman for Buick Chevrolet in Watertown. He just retired last May. We're enjoying life, traveling and golf and cars, visiting our children.
I got a couple of kinfolk out here, Brother Steve and Brother Jim. Rita's here too, somewhere, working in the kitchen, I guess. We got 6 kids, 16 grandchildren. I spent 32 years working for the city of Madison, retired in 1988. Hated it all. I look over the group here that I graduated with. Boy, they got a lot of gray hair. They must have been a lot older than I did. You sure I graduated in 49? So we're having a good time, Man. We've been retired now for 12 years, and we live in Edgerton on the summertime, and we live in Florida in the wintertime. And anybody that wants to come to Florida to live, I got a place to sell down there. You'll see me after the fair.
Thank you all for coming. Dick Means. I've been married to my wife Vivian for 46 years. We have 4 children, 3 grandchildren, that's all. They're scattered around the country. Spent many years with Dean Evelyn with the fire department. Then I went on to bigger and better things with the Dane County 911 Center. Retired in 90, and we've been living in Florida ever since. Our home is in Medina Springs. There was one little story I was going to mention that happened when we were in high school. Jimmy Roberts, Roth Watson, and myself, and I'm not sure Dean Evelyn was with us or not, but we get in the car and we go out to Arch Camel's place at the hatchery in the side hill out by where Barney Camel has his farm. We picked up, I don't know how many gunny sacks full of chickens. And the high school had just put in a brand new gym floor. Well, we opened up the windows, dumped all those chickens into the gym, and went home. Nobody's going to know who did this. The next day in homeroom, they announced what happened, and they said, Means, Watson, Evelyn, Roberts, get down there and clean up that mess. They knew.
Well, that was the first admission. Probably many of you wondered who that crew was, but that was kind of a unique experience. Jim Roberts, I have been married off and on for 40 years, 2 families. We have 5 children and 3 grandchildren. I live in Minneapolis currently, have lived in the East Coast, Pennsylvania for 20 years, and now back in Minneapolis. Have spent 43 years of my professional life with 2 companies in the business systems world, a company called Data Card Corporation. Most of you have in your billfold our products because we're the credit card systems company. Tried to retire a year ago, and like most of the rest of you, being successful at it didn't work very well for me. I'm still doing a little work, keeping out of the kitchen, as my wife says, but playing a lot of golf. But that's pretty much the career, and it was good to see you all. The last time I saw many of you people, this group here was 25 years ago in our 25th class reunion, so it was a real pleasure to be here.
Thank you. It's nice to see everyone here today. I guess I was always the guy who didn't have much to say at school, but I'm just getting wound up now. I married my high school sweetheart. We've been married 46 years. She was a farm girl and I was a farm boy, so we've been farming ever since. A few years ago, we sold our dairy herd and farm. We're living on 80 acres. Help my neighbors and do custom farming and enjoying life. Like, we have 2 children, and we at Dodgeville, 7 grandchildren. And I'm sure glad to see everyone here. So thank you.
Class.
Thank you. I want to second what Dick said about thanking you all for coming here to this reunion. I do believe, however, that he's had a memory loss because I'll never admit that I was part of that chicken. I started out in Marneville in 1949, ended up living in Madison. Well, actually, my wife and I, Anita, from Mount Horeb, live in Florida in the wintertime. We have a small cottage home down there. And we are Florida residents, but we do come back and we have a home in Madison also. And we do a lot of traveling. We have a fifth-wheel trailer that we pull around the country. I started out of high school and ended up right away in the military. Well, I went to university for a couple of years. Ended up in the military, served a couple of years in Japan and Korea during the Korean War. Came back and started out in the construction business, and that was an unfortunate experience for me. Ended up becoming the juvenile officer over at Iowa County in 1957, I believe. And in 1960, I joined the Madison Police Department and worked 22 years there, retired as a detective supervisor in 1982. After that, I started a small private investigation business, and immediately got to be too much for me. Took on 4 additional police officers as partners, and the business still goes today. Actually, it's now owned by my son, who bought out my interest and has yet to pay for it. But so Anita and I are pretty much 100% retired now, and we're sure enjoying life. We hope we can stay healthy. Again, thank you all for coming over.
Our 45th wedding anniversary in May. We have 2 sons, 3 grandchildren. I worked at the university before and after children. I think I was the longest LTE the university ever had. It just seems to me there's a lot of Mount Horeb and Barneville connection around here. I don't know what it is. And thank you, Gene and Jack, for coming, since you haven't come for a few years. And thank you all for honoring us on our 50th high school reunion.
I'm Carol Williams Kelly Fitzgerald, and I have been married to Glenn Kelly for 37 and a half years, and we have 2 children, and then I married Bill Fitzgerald, and we've been married 10.5 years. And I worked for Wisconsin Power and Light for 25 years. And my husband also worked for Wisconsin Power and Light for 33 years. And thank you all for coming.
This is an idea I'm very comfortable with. New Always Ultra Thin Overnights. Cleaner, drier, better overnight protection.